Hi guys, welcome to this video. In this video we are going to discuss the different application scenarios and we are going to discuss how we do the configuration for those scenarios. First scenario that we are going to discuss is the site-to-site IPsec VPN. This is the scenario, or this is a situation where we have a branch office and we have the headquarter. The branch firewall is trying to establish an IPsec tunnel with the head office firewall, or the two firewalls are trying to, we can simply say that the two firewalls need to establish an IPsec tunnel with each other. As you can see, the branch office network has the IP address of 10.1.1.0, this is the subnet, and the headquarter has 10.1.2.0 subnet. The IP addresses of the interfaces which are connecting the two firewalls with each other through the internet or through a public network, these are 1.1.3.1 is the IP address of this firewall, and 1.1.5.1 is the IP address of this firewall. So we want to establish a LAN-to-LAN VPN or a gateway-to-gateway VPN, which means that we are going to use, most probably we should be using the tunnel mode, and we want to secure the communication between these two security gateways. How we are going to configure is this implementation is, or this site-to-site VPN or point-to-point VPN is, we are going to configure the local parameters, then we are going to configure the parameters for the peer on the other side, then we are going to define the data that needs to be protected, and then we are going to configure the policies and the profiles if needed. So we are going to implement the policies on the interfaces based on the IP addresses of those interfaces. So this is the policy that we want to implement, or these are the parameters which we want to configure on the two firewalls or on the two security gateways, IPsec gateways. Firewall A is going to have these configurations. As you remember, the IP address of firewall B is 1.1.5.1. So firewall A is going to be given the peer IP address. The authentication mode is going to be PSK or pre-shared key, and the value of the pre-shared key is Huawei, just like a password. This is the key that we're going to use on both sides. As you can see, this is the key on both sides. The local identification is going to be based on IP address, and the peer identification can be any, but generally if we know the IP address on both sides, generally we use IP address as identification on both sides. Similarly, on firewall B, we are going to be using the peer address of 1.1.3.1. the authentication mode is pre-shared key, the key value is Huawei, and once again the local ID type is IP address, and the peer ID type can be any, but we can also use IP address if we want. In this scenario doesn't make any difference. So this is the configuration. The interesting part, this is how we are going to do the configuration. When we go to the IPsec policy, we are going to add the IPsec policy. We are going to have the option of adding the IPsec policy. Since we are doing a site-to-site VPN, so we are going to select the site-to-site option, and in the configuration we are going to define the interface, the local interface which is going to be used, the IP address of the local interface, the peer IP address, and then as we mentioned in the previous slide that we are using pre-shared key, and this is the pre-shared key value. This is supposed to be Huawei, and the local ID is going to be based on IP address, and the peer ID is also going to be based on the IP address, and these are the IDs which are going to be used. So these IDs are the same as the IP addresses of the two interfaces, right? So these are going to be the local and the remote peer IDs, local peer ID and the remote peer IDs. These values are going to be used. Once this is done, then we have to define the traffic which is going to be secured using this IPsec implementation. This is used by defining the source addresses and the destination addresses. This is like defining using the access control list, which means that any traffic coming from source 10.1.1.0 going to the destination 10.1.2.0 and belonging to any protocol, we don't care what protocol this traffic belongs to, needs to be encrypted. This means that this is interesting traffic, or this is the traffic we want to protect using IPsec. And once we've done the basic configuration, then we come over, or then we move on to the IKE or IKE related configuration. In IK related configuration, first of all we have to specify the version. We can either select version 1 or version 2. It is better to select both, so that the other side, if it supports version 2, we are going to develop a version 2 association. However, if it does not allow version 2, then we can only allows version 1, then we can have a version 1 security association with the peer on the other side. So since in this case both sides are allowing version 1 and version 2, the peer association is going to happen using version 2. You always use the higher version. The encryption, the negotiation mode is going to be main mode. We are not going to use the aggressive mode. We are going to use the main mode. So this configuration has to be the same on both sides. The encryption that we are going to use is AES 256. The authentication is going to be SHA-2 256 or secure hash algorithm. This is one of the authentication algorithms. The integrity hash is also going to be, if you want to do a data integrity check, for that also we are going to use SHA-2 256. Then the PRF, the pseudo random function, for that we are going to use SHA-2 256. Remember the nonce that we discussed, so it is also going to use SHA-2 256. Diffie-Hellman group, there are different Diffie-Hellman groups that we can use which determine the size of the key. So we are going to use group 2, which is kind of appropriate security implementation, not very high, but it does the job well. The security timeout is 86,400 seconds, which is actually 1 day. So we are going to develop, or we are going to exchange the key again or negotiate a key again after 1 day. Once we've specified the parameters for IKEY, these parameters need to be the same on both sides. If they are not the same, the two sides will not be able to establish an IKEY security association with each other, because we discussed that these parameters need to be the same on both sides. Once this is done, then we need to specify the IPsec parameters. For IPsec parameters, the encapsulation mode is going to be tunnel. We are not going to use the transport mode. It's a communication between two gateways, so tunnel mode should be used. The security protocol that we are going to use is ESP. We are not using AH, and we are not using AH plus ESP. We are only using ESP here. The encryption we are going to use is AES 256, and the ESP authentication is going to be using SHA-2 256. So as you can see that the two most popular encryption and authentication or hashing algorithms are AES 256 for encryption and SHA-2 256 for authentication, or what we call the hashing algorithm. Then PFS, we are not using perfect forward secrecy here. Remember I told you this is an optional thing, so we are not using PFS here. The SA timeout is 3600 seconds, which means that this key association or this security association is going to be valid for 1 hour, and after every 1 hour we are going to negotiate a new key and a new encryption mechanism, and then we are going to encrypt the traffic based on that. Based on traffic, if this many kilobytes have been exchanged, this much data has been exchanged between the two, then we are going to renew our security association with the other side. So once this has been done, once we have the security associations developed, or we have the IPsec tunnels developed or established between the two peers, then we can ping an IP address on the other side on the other network, and if the ping is successful, this means that the traffic is being encrypted. This means that the security association has been developed and secure communication is taking place between the two sides. If you want to see whether those security associations have been developed, you can do display IKEY security association, or you can do an IPsec display IPsec security association or display IPsec SA, and you can see that the security associations have been developed between the two sides or between the two peers. If this is also done, this means that your IPsec is working. You can ping or you can exchange traffic between the two sides, and the traffic that is being exchanged between the two sides is being done securely. So this is the basic IPsec communication in case of site-to-site VPNs. In the next video, we are going to discuss the hub and spoke IPsec VPN implementation, and we'll also discuss the L2TP over IPsec communication. So see you in the next video. Thank you.